Hey there and welcome to our kitchen. I'm Jenny and this is Emily and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Today we're bringing the world to your table with a really delicious soup.
That's right, Jenny. Today we are making West African peanut soup and I'm super excited.
Yes, we've already gotten started. We have some oil in this pot going with a little bit of onion, garlic, and ginger.
Smells amazing in here.
Yes,
I wish you all could smell this.
So this ginger, you could use either fresh ginger or you could use ginger that's in a squeeze bottle that's already prepared for you.
And I know you have a really great tip about using the fresh ginger because it can be a little bit intimidating just picking it up and not knowing what to do with it.
Yeah, so you can find this right in our produce department, but it's actually really, really simple to use. You would just peel it with a vegetable peeler. The skin is really thin, so it also comes off really easily with just the side of a spoon. You just scrape that off.
I love that tip.
Yeah.
Such an easy thing to
Super,
use.
super simple. All right, so the onions are looking pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in our peeled and cubed sweet potatoes.
Perfect. And while that's cooking or continuing to cook, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the other part of our recipe today. So in here we have a can of tomato paste. I love it when recipes use the entire can so you don't have any leftovers to worry about. Then to this we're going to add some unsalted or peanut butter that's just peanuts. So there's no salt added and there's also no sugar. So go ahead and add this.
And this dish is traditionally called mafe, which means ground nut soup. So the ground nuts that we're using today are peanuts.
That was something new that I learned when we were preparing for this recipe. I didn't know that. All right, just give this a little mix. You could also use the chunky variety of peanut butter in this dish. It would just add a little bit of texture. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and add a cup of this vegetable stock to kind of thin this out.
And we are using an unsalted vegetable stock
Yes.
today.
Yeah, this dish is actually doesn't have any added salt, so it's a great heart-healthy option.
Yes.
Right. This dish is also, or the soup is also meatless. You could also add some ground beef or lamb or even chicken to this dish, but we wanted to keep it plant-based today.
Yeah, and this is a great meatless Monday meal
Yes.
where you don't need to worry about all that extra meat, and it's a really filling meal
It
still,
is.
too.
It's very hearty.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I think
right.
that's-
Okay, so before I add that, I'm going to add in, we've got some crushed red pepper flakes and some cumin.
Perfect.
Give that a stir, and then put this peanut mixture in. It smells so good.
It does. I love how the peanuts add a nice nutty aroma and flavor to the soup.
Yes. All right. I'm going to give that a good mix, and then add the rest of our unsalted vegetable stock. Thank you. And then the next step is to simply bring this to a boil, and we just want it to cook long enough for the sweet potatoes to get tender. So that will take about 15 minutes. So everything looks nice and combined here, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it and then let it come to a boil.
Perfect.
All right, so the soup has been simmering for about 15 minutes. Yeah, a lot of steam, but it smells amazing.
It does.
Everything looks really, really good. So the next step is to get our kale in here.
So this may look like a lot, but we promise that it cooks down. And we're using kale today. We've removed the stems and just sliced it into ribbons. You could also use different types of cooking greens, whether it's collards or even Swiss chard would be good in this recipe. But it adds some extra nutrition, fiber, lots of good nutrients to this already yummy soup.
Yeah, I think I got most of it in the pot without making a mess, so that's good. So we're just gonna let this heat up, and we want the kale to wilt. It won't take too terribly long. Get all this kale in here. Should take just a couple minutes, but we have some that's already prepared.
Yes. Yep. And it just smells amazing. And
Yes.
you could eat this on its own like this, but you could also garnish it. We have some peanuts that we can just top ours with. If you want a little extra spice, you could also drizzle on some sriracha for an extra kick.
Yeah.
Grab.
Yeah,
couple.
And we're using unsalted peanuts.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Again, to keep that added salt to a minimum. Ready to dig in?
I am. Yum.
So good.
It's just so nutty with the peanuts and
I love the peanut butter in here.
delicious.
Well, we hope you give this mafe a try.
And for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit bestfoods.com.